Yes, sir.
In this exercise, we have discussed about rational numbers and irrational numbers. Rational numbers are the numbers which can be expressed in the form of P by Q. All of you listen carefully and remember this definition, my dear children. Even you are sleeping, you have to remember these definitions well. Okay, who if anybody wake up you from your bed, if they ask you suddenly, you have to tell that definition perfectly. Okay, my children, what is the definition of rational numbers? What is the definition of irrational numbers? Actually, we have discussed definition of an irrational number in two ways, two different definitions we have discussed. Yes or no? You have to remember the definitions well. Rational numbers and irrational numbers together make up real numbers. We have discussed this point also in the previous class. Yes, good afternoon, my dear. So, all the rational numbers and irrational numbers together make up the collection of real numbers. In this next exercise, very simple exercise, my dear children, we are representing, we are visualizing real numbers on the number line. We are visualizing, previously we have visualized natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and fractions on the number line. Yes or no? We have visualized. We can show that number lines on a number line. Now we visualize real numbers on the number line by the successive magnification, by the process of successive magnification. In this exercise, in this exercise 1.4, we are going to represent real numbers we are going to represent real numbers on the number line by the process of successive by the process of successive magnification. By using this process, we visualize a real number on the number line. Okay, my children, very simple concept, very simple exercise. Directly we go to the exercise, my dear children. See that question number one. Question number one, page number 18. I will explain the concept simultaneously. What is the process of successive magnification by visualizing the given number on the number line? See here, visualize. See question number one. Visualize 3.765 3.765 on the number line on the number line using successive magnification. I will solve this question. I will visualize this number 3.765 on the number line by using successive magnification, and simultaneously I will explain the concept also. What is the given number, my dear children? Given number 3.765. Okay. In this number, what is the whole number? Whole number part. What is there in the whole number part?
So 3.
Very good, my dear Bibina. What is there in the decimal number part?
So 765.
Very good, 765. Now come to this first two decimal point. First point, whole number and first decimal point. Close that remaining digits. Close the remaining digits. Only concentrate, focus on these two. Whole number part and first decimal point. What is that number? Tell me. After closing the remaining part of this number, I have taken only whole number part and first decimal point. Then what will get here?
So 3.
3. I closed here only this one.
So 3.7.
Yes, 3.7. Can you tell me between which number 3.7 lies on the number line? Between which numbers?
So between 3 to 4.
Between 3 and 4. Yes or no? We have to identify between which numbers this point, this number lies. So we have to draw a number line. Here 0, here -1, left side we write -2, -3, -4 and so on. Here 1, here 2, here 3, here 4, here 5, here 6. If you take this part only 3.7, here we have considered only 3.7. This point lies between 3 and 4. Yes or no? Yes or no, my children? We divide this space between 3 and 4 into 10 equal parts. Yes or no? Do you remember that one? On the scale, on the ruler also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 4. Okay. At 3.7, okay, between 3 and 4, this 3.7 lies. Yes or no? 3.7. Next, just we draw a magnifying glass. This is a magnifying glass. We are showing that part by using magnifying glass. Do you know? In science lab also there magnifying glass. Here we are drawing that magnifying glass roughly. So between 3 and 4, this 3.7 lies. Next, see there, 76, yes or no? Again we have to magnify this one, 3 and 4. Yes or no? 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, 3.8, 3.9. Just we have identified this number 3.7 lies between 3 and 4. Okay, my children. Understood this point? Understood this figure?
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes,
come to
sir.
the, we have taken whole number part and only first decimal part. In the next step, we have to take whole number part and first two decimal places. We have to take first two decimal places, 3.76. In the second step, we have to take whole number part and the first two decimal places after the decimal point. 7, 6. Between which numbers it lies here? 7, 6. On this number line.
3.7 and 3.8.
Yes or no? Between 3.7 and 3.8, this number lies. Yes or no? So we have to magnify this part. We have to magnify. Again, I have drawn a magnifying glass. This is a magnifying glass. I magnified. I am zooming out that part. Okay. I'm magnifying, maximizing. I'm maximizing that area. Again, in the next step, we had to draw number line. We had to draw a number line. What is here first part? 3.7. Yes or no? We have to write these two endpoints only.
Yes.
3.7, here 3.8. After 3.7, we write here 3.71, 3.72. Okay, but just to write 3.7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just add at the end. 3.74, 3.75, 3.76, 3.77, 3.78, 3.79. Okay, we have magnifying this part. Just to draw their lines here. Last step. Next, in the next step, take the whole number part and take the first three decimal places. Take the first three decimal places after decimal point. Can you tell me what are the three decimal places after decimal point? 3 point. Yes or no? 3.765. We have in the first step we have taken whole number part and the first decimal place. We have identified this 3.7 lies between 3 and 4. So we magnified this area. So here 3 and 4, we have written this endpoint this side and we have written this number at this end. We divide this area, we divide this length into 10 equal parts. 10 equal parts and we write the numbers on this line. We label the line points on the number line. 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, 3.8, 3.9. After that we get 4. Okay. After that we have to take here whole number part and the first two decimal places. That is 3.76. And now we have to identify, we have to find the area between which numbers this number lies. It lies between 3.7 and 3.8. So we have to magnify, we have to zoom in, that area. So 3.7 at this end, I wrote 3.8. Again, we had to divide this area. We had to divide this area into 10 equal parts. After that, we have to label the points. 3.71, 3.72, 3.73 and so on. After that, see again write that whole number part and first three decimal places. 3.765. Now we have to identify between which numbers this number lies on this number line. Can you tell me between which numbers this number lies?
So 3.76 and 3.77.
3.76 and so
3.77, sir.
so we have to magnify. We have to magnify that area. Understood this point, my dear children? So I have drawn a magnifying glass. We have focused that magnifying glass on that area only. Again, we have to draw a number line. We have to draw a number line. At this end, 3.76. At this end, 3.77. Just write these two endpoints here and divide this region between these two numbers into 10 equal parts. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. 10 equal parts. Okay, so right here 3.76, 3.76, 3.76. Right, repeat the same number here. 3.76, 3.76, 3.76, 3.76, 3.76. Okay. After that, here write 1. Here 2. After second number, here write 3. Here 4. Here 5. Here 6. Here 7. Here 8. Here 9. Now, can you identify where is that 3.765 here? Yes or no? Again here, draw that. We are zooming in this area. So this is the required real number on the number line. So we have represented given 3.765 by the process of successive magnification. Understood these steps, my dear children? Understood this one?
Yes, sir.
Next. See the next question.
Yes, sir.
Visualize 4.26 bar on the number line. On the number line up to 4 decimal places. Up to 4 decimal. See the next question, my dear children. Here we have to visualize 4.26 whole bar on the number line up to 4 decimal places. Okay, my dear children. So the given number, first of all, let us write the given number 4.26 whole bar. This can be written as 4.2626, yes or no? If you want to write up to 4 decimal places, we get the same number. After writing after taking 4 decimal places, we get this number. Yes or no, my dear children? I have expanded this one, and in that expansion, because this is a non-terminating recurring decimal number, so we can write 26 infinitely many times, but they told here only 4 decimal places. So I have stopped this number by this step 4.2626. Understood this number, my dear children? Bibina, Almol, Shanti,
Yes, sir.
not responding. Where are you sitting silently? Respond to my question. Okay. Now we have to. What happened, my dear Janej? What happened? So we have to consider this is the given number. We have to consider this is the given number. We have to visualize this number on the number line. We have to visualize this number on the number line. In this question, this number is not given directly. But whereas in the previous question, they have given a terminating decimal number directly 3.765. This is a terminating decimal number. Whereas in the second question, they did not give a terminating decimal number directly. They have given a non-terminating recurring decimal number and gave a condition that we have to visualize this number up to 4 decimal places. That is why I wrote this number 4.2626. How many decimal numbers we got here? Tell me, Bibina. How many?
4, sir.
4. As they
So
required, here we got 4 decimal places. Okay, my children. As many decimal places are required, we have to write them here. But actually they asked only 4 decimal places. That is why I wrote only 4 decimal places. I stopped this one. Now we have to visualize this number on the number line. Okay, my children. 4.2626. 4.2626. In the first step, draw a number line. Draw a number line. Hit 0, -1, -2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all. Here, in the first step, what I told here, we had to take whole number part. We have to take whole number part and first decimal place. If you take whole number part and first decimal place, what will you get here? Tell me, my dear Anmol. From this number, in this number, if you take only whole number part and first decimal place, what will you get here? Can anyone tell the answer to this question? Ganesh, Sridhar,
sir,
what will you get here?
sir, we will get 5.
I'm not asking that. In this number, if you take whole number part and first decimal place, close the remaining part in this number.
Between 4
Sir,
and 5, sir.
4.2.
Yes, 4.2. That only we have to identify it. Between which numbers this 4.2 lies on this number line? Between which numbers?
4 and 5, sir.
Between 4 and 5.
So we have to magnify. We have to magnify this area. Okay, my children. We have to magnify this area. First of all, you have to write this number. Then you can identify between which numbers that real number lies. Next, here I will write 4 at this end. At this end, we have to write 5. Now we have to divide this line into 10 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Write here 4. Write the same number here. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. After here, keep decimal point. Here also decimal point. Decimal point. Here write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Understood this step, my children? Understood this step? Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
After doing this one, again write first whole number, and take the first 2 decimal places. Then what will you get? 4 point. If you take the first 2 decimal places, what will you get? 4 point. 4 point. Kavya,
6-2.
6-2. I am telling first two decimal places after decimal point. After decimal
2-6.
point, huh?
2
What will it?
6.
Yes, 2-6. 2-6. Between which numbers this number lies? 4.26. Between which numbers this number lies? 4.26. It lies between
4.2 and 4.3.
4.2 and 4.3. So we had to magnify that area. This is a magnifying glass. So we have to magnify this area. Again at this end 4.2, 4.2 here. Again here at this end 4.3 at this end. We are magnifying this area. We have to divide this area into 10 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So here 4.2, 4.2, 4.2, 4.2, 4.2, 4.2, 4.2, 4.2. Okay. After that here keep here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like this. After writing these numbers on the number line, again take here first three decimal places. First three decimal places. What will you get here? 262. Yes or no? 262. This number lies between which numbers? 4.262 lies between which numbers it lies? Between which numbers this number lies? 4.262.
4.26.
4.26 and 4.27. Yes or no? This is the magnifying glass. This is the
Yes, sir.
magnifying glass. So again at this end 4.26, at this end 4.27. We write these two numbers at these endpoints. We are zooming in. We are maximizing this area. We are magnifying this area. Again divide this line segment into 10 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Right here 4.26, 4.26. Repeat the same number here. 4.26, 4.26, 4.26, 4.26, 4.26. After that here 1 at this first dot 1. Next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After writing these numbers again take that whole number part and take the first four decimal places. 26, 26. After taking whole number part and 4 decimal places, we can identify here between which numbers on this number line this number lies. Can you identify between which numbers this number lies? Between which numbers this number lies? Can you tell me? Can you tell me anyone?
4.262 and 4.263.
Very good, my dear Janesh. 4.262. So we have to magnify this area. We are magnifying this area by keeping the magnifying glass. So at this end 4.262. At this end 4.263. Okay. Again we have to divide this number into 10 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have divided this line segment into 10 equal parts. Here write 4.262, 4.262, 4.262, 4.262, 4.262, 4.262, 4.262, 4.262. After that, after writing these numbers, keep here at the end 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, we are zooming in, we are magnifying this area, then we get this part. So, here what is the 4.2626 here? This one only, this number. This is the required number, 4.2626. We got that number on the number line. This process of representing a real number on the number line is called process of successive magnification. Okay, my dear children. Now,
Yes, sir.
yes. So this exercise is over. This exercise is over. Now come to the next exercise concepts. Exercise 1.5 concepts. Exercise. Concepts of exercise 1.5. We are going to discuss concepts of exercise 1.5. In this exercise, we are going to discuss operations on real numbers. What are the operations on real numbers? In earlier classes, you have studied the operations on numbers. Do you remember the operations on numbers, my dear children? What are the operations
Yes,
on
sir.
numbers?
4 fundamental operations.
Yes, very good. Very good, my dear Bibina. Those are,
Sir, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division.
yes, these are the 4 fundamental operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay. Now, how to add two real numbers? How to subtract two real numbers? What is the product of two real numbers? How to divide a real number by another real number? We discuss in this exercise. Suppose these are the points we are using for this exercise. We are using these points in this exercise. The first point is the sum or difference. The sum or difference of a rational number and an irrational number is irrational. The sum or difference of a rational number and an irrational number is always an irrational number. For example, you know that 2 is a rational number. 2 is a rational number. Yes or no? 2 is a rational number. 2 is a rational number. Root 3. It is an irrational number. Root 3 is an irrational number. If you are adding these two numbers, what will you get? 2 plus root 3. 2 plus root 3. Adding the two numbers means in between the two numbers, what will you keep here? What is the sign we keep here? Plus sign. Yes or no? So 2 plus root 3. This is an irrational number. Here we cannot further simplify. We cannot simplify further. We leave this number as it is. We don't write root 5. Okay. It is an irrational number. We cannot simplify further. We can't add 2 plus root 3 is equal to root 5. Don't add the numbers like that. Okay, my children. Similarly, difference of these two numbers, 2 minus root 3. Here also, don't write as root 2 minus root 3 like this. We have a rational number and irrational number. We are subtracting an irrational number from a rational number. Here we cannot simplify further. We cannot simplify further. We cannot add or subtract. Yes, we can simplify. Janesh, what is the value of root 9? What is the value of root 9? Is it an irrational number? Is it an irrational number? Root 9 is yes, it is not an irrational number. It is a rational number. So in that case, we can add them. We can simplify the two numbers. We can write them as a single number. So here, this is also an irrational number. After this step, don't try to add or subtract. We leave these two numbers as it is. That's all. That's all, my children. Okay. And the second property, the second point we use in this exercise is the product or quotient. The product or quotient of a non-zero rational number with an irrational number is also an irrational number. For example, let us take the same two numbers. Here 2 is a rational number and 3 is an irrational number. If you find the product of these two numbers, 2 into root 3. Yes or no? Product of these two numbers, 2 into root 3. Now we rewrite this as 2 root 3. 2 into root 3 is written as 2 root 3. That's all. We should not multiply 2 3s are 6. Don't multiply the numbers, my dear children. Just we ignore into symbol. That's all. 2 root 3 means 2 into root 3. Remember this point, my dear children. Similarly, the quotient of these two numbers means 2 by root 3. 2 by root 3. It is also an irrational number. Is an irrational number. It is an irrational number. Similarly, 2 by root 3, it is also an irrational number. This is the second point we use in this exercise. And the third point in this exercise is if you add the third point in this exercise is if we add subtract, multiply or divide two, if you add, subtract, multiply or divide two irrational numbers, two irrational two irrationals, the result may be rational or irrational.
Sir, what sentence you wrote, sir?
Irrationals. The result may be rational or irrational. So the resultant number may be rational number or an irrational number. When you are adding two irrational numbers, the result may be a rational number or irrational number. For example, 2 plus root 3 is an irrational number. Previously we have discussed 2 plus root 3. In the previous example, we have written 2 plus root 3 is an irrational number. 2 minus root 3 is also an irrational number. If you are adding these two irrationals, means 2 plus root 3 plus 2 minus root 3. Let us see what is the result we get here. 2 plus root 3, just we are removing the small brackets, plus 2 minus root 3. If you observe here, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Here plus root 3 minus root 3 gets cancelled. What is the number, this one? Rational number or irrational number? This is a
Rational number, sir.
rational number. So in this case, we got a rational number. Okay, my children. Suppose if you take 2 plus root 3 and root 3 plus 2. These two are also, 3 plus root 2. 3 plus root 2. Let us take these two irrational numbers. Or 2 then if we add these two numbers, 2 plus root 3 plus 3 plus root 2. If we are adding these two numbers, let us see what is the result we get here. 2 plus root 3 plus 3 plus root 2. If you observe here, we have to add rational numbers. What are the rational numbers here? 2 and 3. So by adding these two numbers, we get 5. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Here, these are two irrational numbers. We should not add root 2 plus root 3 is equal to root 5. You should not add the numbers like this. We should write as root 2 plus root 3 only. We can't add these two numbers. We can't simplify. Previously I told you. We write these two
Sir,
numbers. Yes, my dear Bibina.
sir, can you give this example also, sir? Can you just clear my doubt, sir?
What's my
Sir, if the number is like 2 plus root 3 plus 2 plus root 3, what will be the answer, sir?
2 plus root 3 plus 2 plus root 3.
Plus 2 plus root 3, sir.
Then add these two numbers. 2 plus root 3 plus 2 plus root 3. 2 plus 2, what will you get? 4. Root 3 plus root 3. Just like algebra, x plus x. What will you write? X plus x. What will you write?
2x.
Sir,
Yes.
2 root 3.
So imagine root 3 as x in your mind. You just imagine root 3 as x in your mind. So root 3 plus root 3, you get 2 root 3. That's all. Understood this point, my dear Bibina?
Yes, sir.
So this is also an irrational number. This is also an irrational number. So
Sir, then when we can add the root number, sir?
we can't add root numbers. We can't add root numbers. At any cost, we can't add root numbers or subtract. We can't add root numbers or subtract. Please remember this point, my children. But we can multiply. We can multiply root numbers. For example, root 2 into root 3. Root 2 into root 3. In this case, we can multiply root of 2 into 3. Under square root, we can multiply these two numbers. That is root 6. Okay, my children. We can
Yes, sir.
multiply like this. But we should not add root 2 plus root 3 is equal to root 5. You should not add that numbers like that. Okay, my children. And one more point is there, rationalizing factor. We discussed this point next class. In the next class, we discuss rationalization factor. Okay, my children. In the meantime, write these classwork notes and watch the video of this class, my dear children. I am posting this maths class as a video format in the Google Classroom. Okay, my dear children. Follow the instructions given in the Google Classroom sincerely and seriously. Now the time is 3 past 20 minutes. Now the time is 3 past 20 minutes. You can leave the meeting, my dear children. You can leave the meeting. Take rest. Take care of your health, my dear children. Stay at home. Stay safe. Sanitize your hands
Thank you, sir.
frequently, my dear children. And maintain social distance. Do your
Thank
work
you, sir.
sincerely and seriously, my
Thank
dear
you, sir.
children. Thank you, my dear Samik. Thank you, my dear Anmol.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my dear Bibina. Okay. Thank you, my dear Janej.